Hi, everyone. Very good morning and welcome to the Compass Guide. Thank you for watching my videos and liking them and sharing among your friends. Please do so and let this word spread. Today, I have a very interesting, uh, I would not say friend, but a philosopher and a guide with me. Uh, and I'm really honored to have him with us today. And as Compass Guide, in the beginning we said that our journey is to bring people and bring experiences in front of all of you, which really helps you transform and move towards a better life, a better career, and most importantly, your own self. And I thought there's nobody better that I know of than Mr. Jaspal Bajwa. Uh, I would not, prolong his introduction. Mr. Bajwa has been a transformational leader, CEO of quite a few number of, multinational organizations, worked in 35 countries, 3 continents, brings in all the experience and the wisdom that people like us might need and people like you might need in your transformational journey. And especially with a year like the one that we just came across and getting into a new year and a new decade, I thought uh, Mr. Bajwa is probably, and I call him Jaspal sir, the best possible person to come in. Thank you so very much, sir, to be a part of this and to agreeing to be a part of this. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you for your kind introduction. And I look forward to talking to your viewers and being of whatever help I can.
No, it's always a pleasure. And the most important piece, moving in, and I was really very emotional about this whole thing about, and you know that we have been talking about this, that we want to do this once, and I'm glad that we are starting, and I hope this is just a starting, and not only the people who are going to watch this, but including me. It's going to be, it's just an open-ended session to just absorb and take it all in as much as
Yeah.
we can from all through all your experiences.
Well, if you may permit me to add just one self introduction, and that is the reason any one of your viewers might want to spend some time with me is because I see myself as a lifelong learner. My mantra is Jaspal, you were born a Sikh. Sikh means to learn. So learn, unlearn, relearn so that you can serve. So that's my mantra. And I think if I can be of any service today and share any of my learnings as a fellow learner on the journey of life and leadership with your viewers, it would be my privilege.
It's absolutely an honor and privilege to have you. And without wasting more time, I'm sure that I am so willing and also so impatient to get into this journey of learning and unlearning. And so I'd like to, the first question that I want to really ask you, that you have led organizations of multinationals, of very large organizations across the globe, 3 continents, 35 countries. What would be the advice? And people generally, when they look at transformation of their own lives, when they're looking for change, uh, the change of countries, change of jobs are part of it. It's an integral part.
Yes.
What would be your advice to those people who are right now probably looking at, changing a job or changing a country or changing a continent and moving on? What would be your advice to them?
So, Sandeep, firstly, I'm not so particular about the size of corporations or businesses I would have led. But one thing I do want your viewers to know is that in 35 years corporate career, and as you said, across 35 countries, one thing that was common was what you want me to talk about, which is change, which is unpredictability. And therefore, what I and my teams were really very much into was to take an old challenge called impossible and transform it into the one that some of us have heard from people like inspirational leaders like Nelson Mandela, which is impossible is possible. And so, that's what the teams I was privileged to be a member of and a leader of. We were known as the Dream Big, Deliver Bigger teams. And whether it was launching a new product or launching a new industry altogether in new geographies across the world, one thing that remained with us was the constant challenge of risk when you want to enter anything new in life. We all know the risk factor in new products, new industries. So your viewers want to remind themselves that every single day of life can be a choice we adopt. So based on that choice, that journey of life and leadership can either be an adventure where you go ahead and make the impossible possible, or that same journey can end up being a cribbing session where you think life is being unfair to you. So the first thing I wanted to share with your viewers is every single morning, each one of us wake up and we choose this lens that we are going to wear for the rest of the day. And in positive psychology, which is a very robust science, you may have heard of it. When we were young, it was not yet known as a science. They thought it was very soft and they used to call it humanistic psychology. But now for the last 20, 25 years, it has come into the curriculum of very prestigious business schools, like the Harvard Business School, for example. And one thing, as soon as we start learning about life, truly learning, not the academic stuff which we go around getting paper certificates from institutions, and they have their own place in life when we are younger, and I do not want to in any way underestimate the power of having the right kind of credentials and certificates from the right kind of institutions. But things like positive psychology, or what I was sharing with your viewers, the choice of the perspectives we choose in life, that, Sandeep, creates our world for us. We do not realize the power of this choice. And I wanted that to be upfront in our chat today, saying I chose to lead my life for a sense of adventure through learning and then going ahead and delivering the mandate that we had as to launch a new product, to delight our customers through the brand experience. And very importantly, at the end of each day, as you continue to work hard, to be able to go home with your heads held high, with a feeling of success and joy, because you and your teams went out and did what you wanted to do, which is to make a huge difference. Not a small difference, because leaders can choose to make small incremental change or a huge transformational change. So that's what I wanted to sort of quickly clarify, that my background is, as a practitioner for 35 years, is more hands-on, doing stuff, learning on the ground, learning from experience, rather than the academic stuff. I hope I've sort of filled in an important part of where I come from.
Absolutely, because I think a lot of it in terms of the way the world is moving, and that's where I would come into my second question, that there's a big difference between talking about something, a theory, and actually getting it done.
Yes.
And a lot of time we have seen that people get lost in the theory, and but I've learned it from so many other leaders like you, that the devil is in the details. and it's all about the execution, which is so important. And a lot of time we think isolatedly, and we think that execution is different for something else, but for our own lives, for our own actions, we generally do not take that same course. So
Absolutely.
I think it's bang on.
You hit the nail on the head there, Sandeep, when you use the word execution excellence, and you sort of alluded to the fact that it does not happen by chance. Luck is important. Let's not forget that. It, in many cultures, we in fact have heard the fact that luck is nothing but when preparation meets with opportunity. So luck is important. But what is more important is your ability to recognize that opportunity.
Right.
And that is something we often miss out on. The
Right.
eye, not just for detail, but the eye for the patterns that are emerging all around you. And these patterns, Sandeep, are obviously happening. 50 years ago, we were told change is the only constant. Then it became quantum change is the only constant. And you and I now live in a world which is, the new year is just around the corner. We are getting to a new decade, the 2020s. And in the 21st century, that change is in fact not just VUCA, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. I would like to add the letter X, VUCA X. That means it is going to be huge change ahead of us. And it is going to be volatile, uncertain, and complex. Ambiguity is very much going to be around. See what happened through our learnings of the pandemic of 2020. COVID-19 has taught us that the carpet can be pulled from under your feet at any time. So train your gut and your eye to pick up patterns, because that's one of the biggest lessons we learn from nature. And geniuses like Leonardo da Vinci or Einstein, the first quality they have talked about for us to choose to have as humans is passionate curiosity, the desire to want to know about, as I said, about patterns, about customers, about yourself, most importantly. Remember the old adage, know yourself? We hear it, but we don't feel it and we don't often experience it. But it's a lifelong journey, Sandeep. And what I can share with your viewers is it's a very, very fun journey. It's exciting, it's adventurous as you dare to peel the layers of the onion and go as deep as you wish to, as you dare to in your life. And it's a lifelong quest. So I think I want to leave your viewers with not only the fact that choice of perspective is important and it will create your world for you, as we say in positive psychology. I also want you to remember that in positive psychology, we talk about perfectionism is a disease. It does not exist. It can actually put you into overwhelm, burn you out, burn your teams out and your families out. So learn to therefore use your choice to be both self-directed as a human and as a leader. Know yourself, treat it as a game, and then an important and happens, and you project yourself out there, Sandeep. There is no other Sandeep in the whole of the cosmos. You've heard me say that before. Each one of us, each one of your viewers is totally unique. There is no other such. So each one of us is 70 to 100 trillion cells, each innately intelligent. Project the energy through yours, energy signature, Sandeep. Be authentic in whatever you do with a sense of both success and joy, but importantly, in the service of something that you have chosen because you are deeply passionate about it and you care for it. Could be your brand, could be your company, could be your country, your people, your community. So whatever, something larger than yourself that you identify yourself with. So in Sunya Circle, which is the coaching that I do for the last 10 years, we call ourselves Sunya Circle Authentic Leadership Associates. Out of a 9C chakra, 3Cs are very important. They sort of summarize what I was sharing with your audience today, which is the first and foremost quality is passionate curiosity to want to know about yourself and your customer and people you deeply care for. As they say, you can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make the horse drink the water. The second, it happens somewhere halfway through a circle that I do with my coaches, and that's a very important chasm. It's a precipice where, having attained all the degrees in life, if you have not in the meantime built a deep sense of yourself, very often we are unable to leap across a chasm into the field of action. Where in the Mahabharata, Krishna is asking Arjuna to enter war with cousins, uncles, and teachers. So very often, many of us are not able to leap across, and that's where you need the courage to act in your authenticity for your sense of purpose. And the rest of the half of the circle is all about doing things together with others, co-create, importantly, co-own and co-celebrate the journey together with your comrades. And camaraderie, the journey, the fellowship we have on the journey is a huge part of this journey we have on life, on this beautiful planet of ours. So that's what I think I would like to leave with your audience today, the sense of power, of choice to be able to succeed, and by design.
It is, as I said in the beginning, it is such an honor to, just listen to you, and really absorb, because while you're talking, I'm just absorbing every single piece of it, every single word of it, every single pause of it. And I think, I'm sure that people who are going to watch this video are going to really find it, not only just useful, but as mentioned, they would have the feeling of co-creation, and building the self-awareness. And as I always mention, that if even if it touches one person's heart and soul, it is a success, because it changes courses. The last thing that I want to, leave with all my audience, and obviously, as I mentioned, that I don't expect that sessions with Jaspal sir is going to just be one. I'm sure we are going to get more time from him down the
Yes.
line. And in those ones, we will be talking in details and more details about Sonia Circle and the 9C chakras, and all the other stuff that, that is so self, discovery of yourself. And I think quite a few of you who are planning to, changing in your career, organizational changes, and a lot of you I know that who are trying to immigrate and try to change countries. Just to let you know that Jaspal sir is also based out of Canada. His practice of coaching is here in Canada right now, so we're very fortunate to have him. Please do, if you have to reach out, I'm sure Jaspal sir would not mind. Please do reach out to him directly. If any one of you would like to have a chat with him, understand more deeper in terms of Sonia Circle, what the leadership transformational coaching that he provides, and take advantage of just being here, and just the fact that we know him, and now all of you know him. So take the advantage of that. Would be a great initiative from all of our perspective. Uh, Today we would try to end this session, and I would hope that all of you would have loved it, and take those, the points that I took home today, and few of the things that I am taking away, and I'm sure you would also. One is self-awareness, authenticity, transformation, curiosity, courage, and celebration. I think with that, let's say a goodbye to a year that we would all like to forget very quickly, and move into the new year and the new decade. Thank you so very much, also, for doing this, for taking your time. Thank you, and a very, very happy new year to you and your family.
Thank you, Sandeep. It was great talking to you. And as you rightly said, the future is for the brave, and there's huge opportunity out there. So I would say to you and to your audience, keep strong, keep smiling. All the
Thank you.
very best. All the
Thank you.
very